And again, it is not only moving that creates new starting points. Sometimes, all it takes is a sudden shift in perspective, an opening of mind, an intentional pause, and a reset or a new route to start to see new options and new possibilities. Namaskara and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Submitting my reverential pronouns at the lotus feet of His Holiness, Dr. Sri Shivakumar Swamigaru and Sri Siddhartha Swamigaru.
Technisium is organized every year by the students of circuit branches, comprising Department of Electrical and Electronics, Electronics and Communication, Telecommunication, and this year's host, Electronics and Instrumentation. It is one of the most prestigious technical events of our college that provides a good platform for the students to showcase their technical and management skills. I, Asha,
and I, Dr. B,
I'm glad to present the proceedings of the inaugural ceremony. Let us now do the floral welcome of our guests. I request all the dignitaries to grace the dais. Dr. B.S. Ramamurthy, sir, former Secretary, Department of Science and Technology. Dr. K. Siddhappa, sir, Chairman, Governing Council, SIT, and former Vice Chancellor, Bangalore University. Dr. M.N. Channabasappa, sir, Director of Siddhaganga Institute of Technology. Dr. Shivakumar Raya, sir, CEO, Siddhaganga Institute of Technology. Dr. K.P. Shivananda, sir, Principal of Siddhaganga Institute of Technology. Dr. G.M. Keshamurthy, sir, Faculty Coordinator for Technisium 2019 from Department of Electronics and Instrumentation. Mr. Siddharth H.P., Student Coordinator for Technisium 2019 from Department of Electronics and Instrumentation. Thank you, everyone. May I now call upon stage Navya for invocation.
Thank you, Navya. I now call upon Dr. H.M. Kalpana ma'am to welcome the gathering.
Good morning to everyone. At the outset, I submit my humble pronouns to lotus feet of His Holiness Dr. Sri Shivakumar Swamigaru and Sri Siddhartha Swamigaru, dignitaries on the dais, after dais, my dear students. Technisium 2019, a national level technical symposium, which not only provides a very good platform for students to exhibit their talents, to exchange ideas and to learn new things, it also helps in exhibiting team spirit, leadership, dedication, commitment, cooperation and organization skills. To inaugurate Technisium 2019 and to deliver inaugural address, we have with us Dr. V.S. Ramamurthy sir, former Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, who is a nuclear scientist with a broad range of contributions from basic research to science administration. I extend a respectful welcome to you, sir. Our Governing Council Chairman, Dr. K. Siddhappa sir, former Vice Chancellor of Bangalore University, always inspires and motivates all SIT faculty members to excel in research and development, and also played a major role in establishing Center for Rural Development in SIT. His honest and disciplined work culture is a role model to one and all. Sir, I extend a hearty welcome to you. The person who has dedicated everything from past 30 years to the growth of SIT, who led SIT to stand 5th in Karnataka, 78th place in India, it is none other than our beloved director, Dr. M. Channabasappa sir. Sir, I happily welcome you for this function. I am glad to respectfully and cordially welcome Chief Executive Officer of SIT, Dr. Shikumaraya sir, who does not need any formal introduction, as almost all of us gathered here are aware of his deeds done for the development and improvement of SIT Tumkur. A hearty welcome to you, sir. I would like to extend a special welcome to our beloved principal, Dr. K.P. Shivananda sir, who is kind enough to provide all help for the smooth conduction of Technisium 2019. A hearty welcome to you, sir. Technisium 2019 has become real due to the hard work and dedication of faculty coordinator Dr. G. N. Keshavamurthy, Department of Instrumentation. I extend a hearty welcome to him. Warm welcome to student coordinator Siddharth, who involved from day one in organizing and executing all activities of Technisium 2019. We have with us Mrs. Ramamurthy sir, Srimati Raji madam, and Mrs. Dr. K. Siddhappa sir, Srimati Ratna madam, and extend a hearty welcome to both of them. It's a pleasure for me to welcome heads of circuit branches, faculty and staff members of circuit branches, vice presidents and CRs of circuit branches. I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to all the dear parents who are constantly extending their support to vision and mission of the college. I take this opportunity to welcome judges from academics as well as industry, participants and faculty from outside colleges, head of the departments of other departments and deans of SIT, members of press, CMD, hostel and health center. Last but not least, I find it to be a pleasure to welcome the young minds of today and the responsible citizens of tomorrow, that is our dear students. A warm welcome to all students and I request as well as advice for my dear students, please be here until the end of the inaugural function. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you, ma'am, to this inaugural function. Now we would like to call upon Mr. Siddharth, 8th Sem, Department of Electronics and Instrumentation, who is the student coordinator of Technisium 2019, to present the annual report.
Good morning, everyone. Technisium is a national level students' technical symposium being organized annually under the aegis of Association of Electrical Sciences, which comprises of departments of Electronics and Communication, Electronics and Electrical, Electronics and Instrumentation, and Electronics and Telecommunication of Siddhanga Institute of Technology. Technisium was started in the year 1996, and this Technisium 19 is 24th in this series. The symposium provides a perfect platform for all the students to exhibit their technical and managerial skills, which enable them to be competent in the technical world. We have been fortunate that eminent personalities like Dr. U.R. Rao, Dr. Rangarajan, Dr. S.K. Shivakumar, all former chairman of ISRO, Dr. Rajashekharaya, first Vice Chancellor of VTU, Dr. B.S. Sonde, Dr. H. Naganadoda, Dr. NTC, Mr. M.S. Ishwaran of DRDO, Mr. V.S.O. Murthy of Pratna Micro Designs, Dr. Krishna Murthy, VP and MD, Rhombus Chip Technology, India, and Chairman IESA. Many others have inaugurated previous technicians. Technician includes paper presentation, line follower, robo race, technical quiz, hobby project, hardware debugging, final, technical debate. This year, we have 300 participants for hobby project, 100 plus for line follower, 60 plus for technical quiz, 40 plus for robo race, 60 plus papers for paper presentation, and 10 teams for technical debate. In order to inculcate the culture of reviewing research literature and to develop communication skills among the students in early stages of their engineering program, students of first and second years are given an opportunity to present a paper in poster presentation. We have 18 papers for poster presentation. With this, it can be seen that enthusiasm of students participating have increased year by year. I wish best of luck for all participants. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, Siddharth. Coming together is beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success, and that is what we call esteem work. With this notion, we are all up to make this gala event magnanimous. I hereby request our chief guest, Dr. V.S. Ramamurthy sir, and Dr. K. Siddhappa sir, and all other dignitaries to initiate the program by lighting up the lamp and also paying tribute to Sri Sri Shivakumar Swami.
ಮೇಡಮ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. Sir. Okay, ready?
Thank you. Now I would like to call upon Ms. Neha Emma, ex-SEM, Department of Electronics and Communication, to introduce our chief guest of the evening.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, faculty, staff, and my dear student friends, a very good morning to you all. Today, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the chief guest of this inaugural function of Technisium 2K19, Dr. V.S. Ramamurthy sir, who is an Indian nuclear physicist and a former director and incumbent emeritus professor of the National Institute of Advanced Studies, Bengaluru. He is a former chairman of the Recruitment and Assessment Board of the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research and has served as a member of the design team of the first Indian nuclear experiment in Pokhran on 18 May 1974. The Government of India awarded him the third highest Indian civilian honor of Padma Bhushan in 2005. Born on 2nd April Born on 2nd April 1942 in the part of Madras Presidency, that is now the South Indian state of Tamil Nadu, he has secured his graduate and master's degree in physics from the University of Madras and joined the training school of the Atomic Energy Establishment, Bombay in 1963 for advanced training. He continued at the institution to start his career, where he stayed till 1989, during which period he secured a doctoral degree in 1971 from the University of Mumbai for his thesis on stochastic theory of fragment mass and charge distributions in low energy fission. In 1989, he moved to the Institute of Physics, Bhubaneswar, as the director, a post he held till 1995. The Government of India appointed him in 1995 as the secretary at the Department of Science and Technology, where he worked till his superannuation in 2006. Thereafter, he held the Homi Bhabha Chair at the Inter-University Accelerator Center, New Delhi, till 2009, when he took up the post of the director at the National Institute of Advanced Studies, Bengaluru. On his retirement in 2014, he was made the Emeritus Professor of the Institute. He was also associated with the Recruitment and Assessment Board of the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research as the Chairman and chaired the Standing Advisory Group on Nuclear Applications of the International Atomic Energy Agency. He is an elected Fellow of the Indian National Science Academy and has served on its council for many years. He is also an elected member of the Indian Academy of Sciences. Along with that, he is a Fellow of the World Academy of Sciences and a foreign member of the Russian Academy of National Sciences. Today, this morning, we are honored to have him. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, Sneha. May I please call upon Dr. M. Janabasappa sir and all others to join to felicitate our Chief Guest, Dr. V.S. Ramamurthy sir.
ಸರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಬನ್ನಿ ಸರ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹತ್ರ ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. V.S. Ramamurthy sir, our Chief Guest, to give the inaugural speech.
Distinguished dignitaries on the dais and in the audience, my dear students and members of SIT. Good morning to all of you. As I stand before you today, my mind goes back by about 60 years when I was of your age in the final years of my high school, looking forward to a college education. We had very limited options. You go to the nearest college for a degree in science, arts, commerce, and if your father was a rich man, you can go for an engineering or a medical degree. Employment opportunities are equally limited. If you are academically oriented, you take up a teaching job, possibly in the same institution where you studied, or otherwise outside. If you are lucky, you get a good government job, IAS, IAS, IPS, name it, or a job in the private sector. We had very little opportunities beyond this. The situation today is very different. There is no doubt that the educational and employment opportunities today are very different in the sense, both in terms of the range as well as the depth. Very often, if you ask an average student on the road, what are you doing? He is unlikely to say he is doing arts or science. He will say, I am doing hotel management, I am doing aircraft maintenance, I am doing something in hospitality. Something he will say. And the standard arts science have come down substantially. The employment opportunities have also changed. If you join a government job, probably you are not no good. That's why you are joining a government job. Otherwise, nobody asks for a government job today. And so things have completely changed. And we also know why these changes are taking place. The last few decades, the later decades of the 20th century as well as the early decades of the 21st century, we have seen major discoveries in science and technologies. More importantly, these discoveries have led to new products and services. Starting from your cell phone onward, which all of us are familiar with, that's not the only one, a whole range of them. And it has changed the way in which we live, day to day. If you go morning to evening, or even 24 hours, how you live is dependent on technology in some form or other. It will not be an exaggeration to say there is no aspect of human life today which is not touched by science and technology in some form or other. It has changed the employment market. It's not the same old, even if you are not a scientist, even if you are not an engineer, you cannot say, I don't need it. Because your life depends on scientific and engineering breakthroughs and new products and new services which have come up. And all this has taken place in 50 years, and it has not taken several centuries or anything like that. Very fast changing technology. Within one lifetime, what I learned in the college is not what I practiced when I was in the job. And what I am seeing today. So when I say something to my grandson, who is 10-year-old, in 10 minutes he says, Dad, Granddad, you are out of touch with what's happening here. In fact, I joke that if you want to gift a cell phone to your grandson, don't ever offer to buy it for him. Because you go to the market, find out what is the best cell phone which is available in the market, buy it and come home and say, I have brought this for him. He said, Granddad, you are as usual late in all these things. This is not the latest. You know, you look at the Google, this is out of date, this has these features which are not good, and it is the competition has come up, there are other models that are available. So nowadays I don't buy anything for him, I give him the money and buy whatever he wants. Leave me alone because I am not competent to do that. That is the speed in which things are moving today. You people are on the threshold of a career. Have you ever wondered what the world will look like 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line? You are going to be in the job market for 40 years. Can you guess how things will be in the next 40 years? I'm sure that none of you have asked that question because it's a very tough question. We also know that predicting the future has never been easy. We have a nasty habit of saying, there is a nasty habit of proving that you are always wrong. You might remember, some of you might remember, when the first computer was invented, IBM had said there will be requirement about 4 to 5 computers in the whole world. Do you think he was right? IBM was right? No, I don't think so. Because even this cell phone has more than one computer inside, buried inside. So the future has always been unpredictable. The consequence, what is the consequence of this? Consequence of this is whatever you have learned in your college, in your school, whatever you have learned so far is a good starting point, but not good enough forever. For your entire career is not going to help you. You have to be continuously upgrading yourself. You have to be continuously learning new things. effectively what it says is, learning today, anything, is not a one-time exercise, it's a lifelong exercise. You have to be learning today, tomorrow, even when you get a job, when you are ready with a new job, you have to be continuously learning because things go obsolete very fast. It's said that the education and training now literally has become cradle to grave. You cannot stop learning. Even when you are very old, ready to go into the grave, you cannot stop learning. You have to continuously learn. And therefore, one message to all of you, my message is, make learning a lifelong habit. Continue to learn. Never stop learning. It may be a new thing, it may be an addition to what you are already doing. It may be truly curiosity, but make learning a lifelong habit. Keep and ask yourself, what problem I can address with my competence? It's not enough if you learn. You have to ask yourself, why am I learning what I am learning? What I can do with what I have learned? This you have to continuously ask. And even if you go for a salaried job, which asks for a specific expertise, specific competence, do not become what you are used to call techno-cooling. Somebody says, do this. You do this. You don't ask yourself, why am I doing this? Is this the best method of doing it? Can I do it better than what I am doing right now? And is it changing? Is it likely to be valid tomorrow? This is necessary. Even if somebody pays your salary, it's your responsibility, it is your competence to tell him, sir, this is not the way it should be done. What you are asking is wrong. You have forgotten to learn, but I am telling you this is not the one. You may throw you out of the job, maybe. So you can always find a better job. That's not the issue. But never convert yourself into technically, because that's a punishment you give to yourself for the rest of your life if you don't do that. And whatever you do your best. Don't say, I'm getting salary to do this, I will not do more than that, even though I know how to do it. No. Do your best. Salary is incidental. If you don't have the satisfaction, at the end of the day, if you do not have the satisfaction that this is the best I could do, you cannot have a peaceful sleep. You should not have a peaceful sleep. And tomorrow, can I do it in even a better way? Is there a way of doing it better than what I did today? This quest should be always there in your mind. The second thing is, when you learn something, ask yourself, is there a problem which I can solve with what I learned today? If that may not be your problem, that may not be what your employer requires, but you must ask yourself, can I do it? Is there a problem in the neighborhood network? My neighbor has this problem. With what I have learned, can I solve this problem better? Be innovative. Try different methods. People will say, this is not the way it is done. That statement says it has not been done till now. It doesn't say tomorrow it cannot be done like that. So, be innovative. It is also connected with this is, be entrepreneurial. Entrepreneurial means convert it into a business proposition, you make money out of that. Incidentals. You don't do it because you want to make money. You make money because it enables you to make money. This is the way US has done progress fast. The entire Silicon Valley, Route 128, they are all results of the realization by the United States that innovation and entrepreneurship is the way to go forward. And you have to do it. There is nothing which says you cannot do it. Because even in the United States, 20% of the population are our boys, Indians. If they can do it in California, you can also do it here. Right? Yes, they have an advantage because they are in a different place, which is international. It doesn't matter. As far as you are concerned, the kind of satisfaction you get, the kind of economic benefits you get, derived out of it is no less. Even small countries like Israel, Taiwan have benefited out of this innovation and entrepreneurship. You have an advantage because you are technologically qualified, right? Suited for today's environment. Now you have to unleash your potential to reach the fullest. Kalam used to say, don't be afraid of failures. Failure is a stepping stone for success. Many of you may say, well, if I tell my father that failure is a stepping stone, I said, I already failed. He may not be very happy with this. But the fact remains that if you try something new, there is a good chance of failure. But failure is not a failure. That is a stepping stone. This you must keep in mind. I also want to say a few other things which are connected with this. You are in a global village today. You know, the transport and communication technologies of today have converted us into a global village, the whole world into a global village. You can have breakfast in Bangalore, lunch in London, dinner in United States. It's possible today. You come back for breakfast tomorrow, or lunch tomorrow. Okay, so things which was not possible a few decades ago. Unfortunately, the way of communicating has not changed. I'm not talking about the language problem. Yes, there is a language problem. At one time I used to believe that if I know English, I am a global citizen, I can talk to anyone, anywhere in the world. That's not true. Only 5% of the people in the world speak English language. That's not good enough. We have to learn other languages. We have no escape from that. But even if it is languages are known, even if you have the courage to learn more languages, communication is different from just knowing the language. It's very easy to come across people who say that, well, after half an hour of discussion, he says, is this what you are saying? He says, that is what I wanted to say. You are not saying it. You are saying all the other things. But communication is an art in itself. And today's world, which is connected world, communication is not something which can be taken for granted. You must develop your interpersonal communication capabilities. This is something which unfortunately is not taught in many places, including our education institutions. You learn it the hard way, but this is something is very important because this cell phone will allow me to talk to anyone, anywhere in the world, will not allow me to communicate because it doesn't have any tools for communication. The second thing which I want to talk to you is be socially conscious. We are part of a world community. You cannot have a situation when your neighbor is sad, but you have everything to celebrate. This is not stable. This is not something which is tenable. It is absolutely essential that we must be socially conscious. Contribute what you can for public good at all times. This is something which is essential that you must keep in mind. Human beings are social animals. Yeah, they whether family, relatives, friends, neighbors, it doesn't matter. But man cannot live in isolation. If I take you, give you everything and put you in an island with nobody else, you think you'll be happy? No. I need people around me. So we need to develop this ability to identify what will make my neighbor happy, which will also make me more happy, contribute. 2 days before there was a newspaper report that Asim Premji has given some few lakh crores for public good. That kind of philanthropy is a recognition that I have achieved many things, but I have also achieved much more by contributing to the public good. Of course, Bill Gates does it, many other people also do that kind of thing. Now, I would like you to emulate in whatever way you can. Before I conclude, I want to bring 2 instances to your notice. I don't know whether you have already seen it. Few years before, the founder president of a computer company Apple, Steve Jobs, was visiting India. The reasons are obvious because there is a huge market in India. And his first stop was Mumbai. And the newspaper said, he gave a list of his appointments for the day. It says, morning breakfast with the Tata Group, lunch with the Ambani Reliance Group, okay. Evening dinner, CII association, commercial business associations. In between there's a line, it says at 4 o'clock, he's meeting somebody in a place called Sakinaka. Never heard of this man. This name didn't sound anything familiar. So I tried to find out who is this man who is competing with Tatas and Ambani's and the business thing, whom Steve Jobs wants to meet. It turned out that guy was a owner of a small telephone repair shop in Sakinaka. Small cubicle is sitting inside. Maybe he earns 100 rupees, 200 rupees per day. Whatever, uneducated. Why Steve Jobs wants to meet him on the same level as he meets Ratan Tata or somebody else? Try to get it. What is this? This story is very interesting. The iPhone used to have a security feature. Nobody other than the owner of the phone can access the details from the security feature. You can't break the security feature. And Apple used to be very proud of it. They have spent millions of dollars hiring PhDs in computer science and security, information security, to build that feature. Apparently, this guy used to unlock it for a paltry sum. Give me 500 rupees, he will unlock that. So obviously, Steve Jobs was worried, what is this? I have spent millions of dollars to develop it, and here is a fellow who has not even gone to the college, he is unlocking it. Now you know why he was interested. Right now I understood why Steve Jobs was interested in meeting this man. What he did after the meeting, I don't know, because maybe he hired him, though he is only a SSC failed maybe. Maybe he gave him a big money and said, don't touch iPhone ever in your lifetime. I don't know what he did, but the fact remains, the message is clear. What is the degree certificate which you have in your friend is not relevant. What you can do with your knowledge is more relevant. This message, I want you to keep in your mind all the time. Good to have a degree, but that's not their subjective. You must know what is your strength, what you can do, which others cannot. This is number one. The second incident which I want to bring to your notice, I don't know how many of you know Uddhav Barali. Do you know Uddhav Barali? How many of you have heard this name? No. Okay. Uddhav Barali was one of the Padma Shri awardees of this year. 2019, January 26th award, Uddhav Barali's name is there. Okay, have a look at it. He was given for science and technology. Huh? He is not from IISc, he is not from IITs, he is not from any other hydro institutes of science and technology. He was a physics graduate from Jorhat Engineering College. Jorhat Engineering College, Assam. Jorhat Engineering College is one of the premier institutes in the country, no? He is a physics graduate from that. He is 56 years old. Huh? He has close to 120 innovations to his credit. 120 innovations to his credit. The innovations are related to the requirements of the villages in the neighborhood. Okay? And few years before, he received the President's Medal for Grassroots Innovations. Okay? And this year, it is Padma Shri. No PhD, no MSc, nothing, but he innovates things. One of the innovations which got the international acclaim was de-seeding of grapefruit. De-seeding, he had innovated a machine and he is there. And he is the one for that. And his recognition is for that. What the message? Doesn't matter what degree you have got. Doesn't matter what publications you have got. Doesn't matter how many people cite you. Tell me what you have done. And this fellow had a long list of things which he had done. We were just discussing it with Appa and myself. We had another person like that, Joshi. He is a Padma Shri awardee of 2006. Right? Yes, he had a PhD in physics, but it was the recognition was not for his PhD in physics, but because he did something for the villages in the Himalayan slopes. Right? So, in today's world, it's more important that you do something which is useful to all in society rather than a piece of paper will this. I would strongly suggest all of you have a look at the website called The Better India. The Better India. Okay? You may think it's connected with the elections. No, it's not connected with the elections. It basically tells you who are the people who are doing things different from the way it is being done. All of them are there in it. Have a look at it. It will be a big eye-opener for you. There is another website which you would like to have a look at is the NIF, National Innovation Foundation of DST, nif.r.in. Have a look at that website. That institution is basically involved in scouting grassroots, what they call as a grassroots innovations, which are useful for the common man on the floor, and recognize them, help them to take that innovation forward into the design of usable equipment, help them to go on an entrepreneurial path so that you can make it and make even some profit out of it. And you might know that yesterday there was a national meet of National Innovation Foundation Festival of Innovations and Entrepreneurship in Gandhinagar. And it was inaugurated by none other than the President of India. Okay? And this is the 20th year they are doing it. And what they do, recognize innovators, grassroots innovators. And probably India is the only country in the whole world who has a formal structure of recognizing grassroots innovators. Now, you have the advantage of not being in Bangalore. You know, Bangalore gives you a feeling that's the end of the world. You are actually in Tumkur, so you are not in the end of the world, you are in the world. Right? So what I would like you to do is ask yourself, what can I do for the man, for the villager, outside the Tumkur city, 1 kilometer away from there. Tumkur city has a lot of problems. Water issue is an issue, too much sunlight is an issue, agricultural thing is an issue. What you can do to solve that problem? And if you can come up with one solution in a year, per year, I think you will have achieved a great thing. And let me, Technisium 2019 is an opportunity for you to go beyond your classrooms. What you learn in classroom is important, but you can't stop there. Make use of this meeting to acquire new skills, identify new opportunities, build new career paths, and contribute to a better future for not only for yourself, but for everyone. Let me thank the Siddhagama Institute of Technology, Tumkur, for giving me this opportunity to be with you today. My best wishes to you all for a successful future. Thank you very much.